Mm.
Loosen.
Nej, jag tror jag måste ju...
Just put it back there.
Hello, hello, hello. Hang on one second. I want to make sure my plug is working. I had to find an extension cord. Okay, sorry about that. All righty. Hello, everybody. Let's see who we got here tonight. Okay. Oh, boy. I was running to the 9th hour. Hello, Cool Dude. Jaden, how are you? Cool Dude says, I'm new to your YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me, Cool Dude. Hi, Gigi. How are you? I hope you had a good day. Trying to get this stuff set up right. Hello, Backyard Gardener. Welcome to Story Time. How are you? Hi, 50 Plus. 50 Plus says it's a GG raid. Thank you guys so much for the GG raid. How are you today, 50 Plus? Feeling okay? Hi, Kingdom Boy. How are you? Welcome to Story Time. So glad you joined me. Hi, Satin. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. I hope you had a good day. I had a great day, you guys and gals. I want you to know that. I was running to the 9th hour, but I had a great day. Kingdom Boy is saying hi to Gigi. Gigi's saying hi to Backyard Gardener. Gigi's saying hi to Cool Dude. Gigi's saying hi to Satin. And Gigi's saying welcome to the live to everybody. Oh, Heaven Sent is in the house tonight. Hello, Heaven Sent. I think you may have been in Story Time one time before. I'm not totally sure. But I'm glad that you're here tonight. Welcome, Heaven Sent. Gigi speaking to Heaven Sent. Thank you, Gigi, for being a mod for me. Hello, Miss Full Roller. How are you? Miss Full Roller is saying Gigi raid. Yes. Thank you all so much. And she's speaking to me. Mod Gigi, gluten-free lab and chat. Hope all is well with everyone. I'll just be listening in while I'm in the kitchen. You don't always have to sit down to the story time to hear the story, Miss Full Roller. Thank you. And 50 Plus says, I'm good. What about yourself? I had a great day, 50. A pain-free day. More energy. So it was a great day. I had some running around that I had to do. And I have a dear friend that's so gracious to cart me around. But I had a great day. I'm so glad that you all joined me for story time. Man, let me tell you, this story had so many names, oh my goodness, that I was able to fit in. And because I was rushing to the 9th hour, I almost cheated the story of the amount of YouTubers that I could fit in. But I thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm going to just rock this thing to the 9th hour and I'm just going to put those names in there. And boy, was it a lot of names. And it's funny, it's not until I get into the story and start browsing through the YouTubers' names that I realize how many names you can fit in a story depending on how the story is flowing. 50 Plus says, Satin, how are you doing today? Kingdom Boy, are you asking where I'm from? If you're asking where I'm from, originally I'm from the bottom. I'm down from the 305, down there in Miami, Florida. So if you're asking where I'm from, that's where I'm originally from. What made you ask me that question, Kingdom Boy? 50 saying, Satin, how are you doing today? Satin says, great day. On my way back on the good foot. That's all right. Get on the good foot. Dun, 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 dun. You made me think about that song, Satin. I guess I'm dating myself now singing that. Anybody remember that James Brown song, The Good Foot? Gigi says, I'm glad that you had a great day. Yes, both Satin and I had a great day. See, Satin, I was about to break out with a James Brown slide for you on that one with The Good Foot. Kingdom Boy, why did you ask where I'm from? Was there any particular reason? The way I talk? The way I look? It was a beautiful day. I don't know about for you all, but it was a beautiful day out today. Oh my goodness, it was such a beautiful day out. Nice, beautiful spring day. And it's a little too warm to do the fireplace, so I did the fireplace effect and put some candles in the fireplace, so they're not as hot as that fire. Because I couldn't handle that heat from that fireplace right about now, so I tried to create that effect with some candles. Gigi says yes, JB. And Miss Furrow Sarah says get up and do the. That's right, get up on the good. But Miss Furrow, you just want to see me get up and do that James Brown slide. That's what you want to see me do. 50's laughing. Gigi says yes, it was. Well, I'm glad that everybody had a wonderful day, as good a day as I have had. And I am not going to prolong it. I'm going to get into our story. I'm excited that you all are here. I'm excited for story time. I missed it. Look at Miss Furrow throwing them dances, ladies out there said, okay, I got to get back to what I need to do. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the story. I'm excited to have you all here. I'm excited. I missed having story time on, Monday night, was it? I get my days all mixed up. But anyways, the last time we were supposed to meet, I missed story time. So I'm excited about it tonight. I feel good. I'm like Stephanie Mills. I feel good all over. Kingdom Boy says, my day was long. I'm tired. Okay, well, hopefully this story will be relaxing and put you to sleep. Miss Furrow says, that's one of my songs, Miss Deborah. All right. Okay, so you was trying to cut the rug and slide across that floor too, Miss Furrow, huh? Well, let's get into our story. I had so many characters, like I said, in this story. I was like amazed at the number of characters in this story. Okay, here we go. Once a young man named G. Kicks was so in love with this young chick until he did nothing but think about her night and day. When he finally got the courage to offer her his heart, it tore him apart because she didn't offer hers in return. Sonny T didn't share the same feeling as it can happen to any of us, you see. After all, she never said she digs him. Afterwards, Sonny T just sweetly smiled at him and said, I see, and then ran off on a whim. G-Kicks just stood there for a while with his friend Mona. He eventually made an about face with Mona and walked away. He was left feeling sad and defeated because he thought she had been heaven sent and was simply a sweetheart. But all of that changed that day when she broke his heart and ran away. G-Kicks was filled with so much embarrassment. He felt he couldn't show his face around town again, not with everyone knowing Sonny T had passed him over. He couldn't fish for bluegill and bass anymore with his friends down by the shore, for he was too full of humiliation. Nor could he go kicking it with SNG, his friend, or hang out with his friend Connor. He was too depressed to make a road trip rant show, so with a heavy heart, G-Kicks gathered his nets to go, and he got inside his boat and sailed off to a deserted island where Kawana grows. With creative thinking, G-Kicks built himself a shack, and every morning he got up very early and sailed to sea. There he would cast his nets and hopefully haul in a day's catch of bluegill and bass. He took his catch to the closest shore port, a gathering place where no one recognized his face. He would sell his bluegill and bass to the local marketplace for cash. With the money he earned, G-Kix would buy food and other necessities and then return home to his island. This was his life day after day, until one day from the corner of his eye, G-Kix caught something shiny inside the net with the fish. Quickly, G-Kix grabbed it with one hand. Though it twisted and thrashed frantically, he tied the net into a big knot so that whatever it was that he caught would not escape. "Let me go," he heard a very low voice shout out. To his surprise, it was a mermaid inside the net. She looked like every other girl from the waist up to the curls in her hair. Below flipped a long fishtail that sparkled with shiny yellow and green scales. A mermaid. "It's too exotic," G-Kix said. "You know as well as I do that you must grant me a wish," he said. Oh, excuse me. "Very well," said the mermaid, as she thought this is where it gets real. "What do you want? I suppose you have a Malone money mindset and want a bag of gold coins. I happen to know of a sunken ship not far from here with such treasure. You could have a huge empire. It's just treasure sitting pretty, you know." "I have no interest in coins," G-Kix said. "That will not give me what I want. So it's a trunk of treasure you want," she said. She turned her head with pride. "My name is Princess Patello. I am the daughter of the King of the Sea and can have my mermaid servants deliver such a trunk to thee on your island." "I have a better solution," G-Kix said. "And if you know enough about me to know about my island, you know exactly what is in my head that I really want." "The girl, of course," Princess Patello sighed. "I see," she said. "Why her?" she asked, because he didn't seem like a logical one. "Oh, you know why," G-Kix said. "I love her blue eyes, the way she moves, and blonde hair from the crown of her head. She rocks." "Wait a minute," G-Kix asked. "What do you care? She is what I want more than anything in all the world. If I can't have her, I want nothing else," said G-Kix. "Ah, she isn't so special after all," Princess Patello said. Suddenly, G-Kix tightened his grip on the netting. So she quickly added, "Of course, I can grant your wish of love, but you must realize it will take some time, of course." "Release me from this thing, and I'll give you a magic ring," said Princess Patello. After 1 year and a day, when you go to her and say, "Will you marry me?" and offer her the ring, She will not refuse a thing. How do you know she won't already be married by then? He said. She won't be, promised the mermaid. When you go back scratching the itch you have, take your ring, I insist, Princess Patella said. I see, G-Kick said, and decided to set the mermaid free. About time, Princess Patella said. G-Kicks just smiled and said, you're a sweet pea, as he set her free. He took the ring and placed it in a jar on his nightstand and said, it's perfect. He decided to scratch the wood on the mantelpiece to keep track of every day that went by, just waiting for the day of their magic moments. It will be the kingdom marriage, he thought. One day, not long after that, as G-Kick sailed back to his island, he saw what looked like a heap of seaweed. More curious still was he when the seaweed moved. G-Kicks then saw that it was no mound of seaweed, but a brown-haired girl whose dark hair lay in a heap around her. What are you doing here on my island? He frowned. Oh, 'tis not your island, just because no one was around when you got here, she said. You're not the only one who had to go somewhere for peace, love, and hope, my friend. So let's try this introduction again. Hi, my name is Simple Leidee. Take a look at me. Do I look like I want to take over? My father has a new bride not much older than I. She's horrible and mean, and I fear she's going to do something terrible to me. I see, G-Kick said. That one is above my head. But you can't stay here. You must go back and make it right with her instead. It is not for you to tell me what to do, simply Leidee said. Besides, I can't go anywhere right now because the winds aren't right. It's quite breezy outside tonight. Tomorrow morning the winds will change, and my raft is broken. I'll fix it, he said. G-Kicks just wanted a stress-free zone. Stop it. I need to stay somewhere where I'm alone and safe as well, she said. So do it, thundered G-Kicks. You'll have plenty of room, simply Leidee mumbled. You stay on your side of the island and I'll stay on mine. Besides, she said more gently, if I'm going to cook for myself, I may as well cook enough for you too. Suit yourself, he said. But I eat alone. It's no trouble at all. They are easy recipes, said simply Leidee. The girl was true to her word. When G-Kicks returned from fishing or from the market, he would find a hot meal good enough to have come from Auntie Mama's kitchen, waiting for him on the table. Where she went, where she slept, he didn't know, nor did he care. One day he had especially good Thursday vibes because of the daily showers. It was quite breezy as well, but the fish were biting and plentiful, so he was able to fetch a good price at the market. G-Kix came home earlier than usual and found the girl dazzling in the kitchen. He said, "Hey, Mama, what's up?" She was startled and started to leave. He said, "There now, you don't have to go so quickly. Grab yourself a plate and sit across from me. We might as well share with Love TV and eat this meal together." So they ate together, saying very little, while listening to the rain sounds. The next day, she was also there when he returned, and when they ate together off Bill's kitchenware, G-Kix tried to be Mr. Supporter, so he said a few more words to her. The day after that, they talked about health, wealth, and real talk until they got to know all about one another. G-Kix understood completely why simply Leidee had to leave her house, and he pounded the table with fury when she told him all about her father and how he had been blind to the dangerous situation he had put her in when he took his new bride. She listened with sympathy to the tale of his lost love and how he planned to win her heart with the ring he got from Princess Patella, the mermaid, after the 365 days passed. In fact, Simply Leidee posted a chart over the mantle to keep track of the days gone by and the ones left. A clever idea, G-Kix thought, since the scratches on the wood were becoming too hard to tell apart and keep count of. Not long after that, G-Kix returned home from fishing one day and saw Simple Leidee had moved flowers from the field and planted them in front of the shack. How nice and thoughtful, he said to himself. She seems to be making herself right at home. Around that time, she started to help him dock the boat and spread the nets. G-Kix thought for her to be nearly as small as a child, she was surprisingly strong and helpful to have around. One morning, Simple Leidee said, when you go to the market, you must bring back a bit of window glass to keep the weather out. He obliged, and the next day while he was gone, she placed the glass inside the window hole so the shack stayed warmer that evening. During the day, a beam of sunlight shone through the new window. Another time, she told G-Kix to bring back some white paint because the walls were far too dreary. He complied, and she cleaned the walls and painted the shack white inside. Though G-Kix started to grumble about what little money was left after he fetched her this or fetched her that, he had to admit that his shack was more comfortable than it had ever been before. On the other side of the island one day, G-Kix noticed a pile of grass had been pushed against a group of thick trees and was pressed down in the middle by someone's feet. He realized that it must be where Simply Leidee slept at night. A bit ashamed that he had never wondered about it before, he decided to forego fishing for a few days and started gathering wood and hammering it to the shack. "What are you up to now?" simply Leidee asked. "It's not proper for a young woman to sleep outside on a mound of grass like that," he said. "This will be a room of your own for when you want to spend some time alone," G-Kick said. "Don't do it on my account," she sniffed. "What happened before you were trying to put me out?" simply Leidee said. "I'm perfectly fine where I am." But he noticed as she went about the house that evening, she was humming to herself, a medley that was the same as one his mother used to sing when he was a little boy. And so the days went by quickly. Before he knew it, it was the 365th day. One whole year since the fateful day he caught the mermaid, Princess Patella, in his net. When the lad entered the shack that afternoon, he saw the girl in front of the hearth with the magic ring on her finger, holding up her hand and looking at it from all angles. "What are you doing?" he barked. He couldn't believe she had the love of his heart's ring on. "It is nothing," simply Leidee said. "Don't go crazy out of your head over nothing," as she quickly dropped the ring back into the jar and sealed it with its lid. "Just making sure all is well with the ring for tomorrow," she said. And then she went to her room and said, "I'm going to bed." When she returned, she held a cloth bag with all of her belongings. "I'm leaving now. I'm going back to my father's town." "What? Aren't you worried how they will treat you?" G-Kick said. Excuse me. "I'll manage," she said. "I'm older now. It's only been a year I've been gone from town." "1 year is enough. But the winds aren't right. They're too rough." "It is quite breezy tonight," he said. "They will be right soon. Now you have the other room to yourself." "But we never fixed your raft," he said. "I'll give you a ride in the boat." "I fixed the raft, you know." "I'd just as soon leave as I came, if that's all right with you, just the same," she said. She walked over to the chart, took it off the wall, laid it before him, and marked off the last day. "Tomorrow," she said, "you will go your way to claim your own true love." And she left. For the rest of the day, the young man stayed in his chair. He stared at the walls and at the floor. He slept in the chair and kept staring out the door. Early the next morning when he woke, the first thing he saw was the chart on the floor before him. He went over to the mantel where he kept the ring and set out to claim the love of his life. Only it wasn't to the village he was born where he set his sail. It was to the land of the girl who had stayed with him at the island. You can imagine how surprised she was to see him enter her father's garden. "Oh my, I didn't expect to see you here." "Well, here I am, my dear," he said. "So did you find the love of your life?" "Yes, I did. I mean, now I have, and she's going to be my wife." "And will she have you?" asked the girl, staring at the ring that he held in front of her. "You tell me," he said, looking into her eyes. "Well, she might," she sighed, said the girl. "How about it if you and the girl give it a twirl?" And they smiled at each other and laughed. They took their time, that they did. G-Kix found a place not far from hers and went fishing each day. At night, they had dinner and they talked and talked. Each day they felt more secure than the day before. And so the two were wed, and a fine wedding it was, with all the family and friends that the girl and boy thought had been cross with them, but who were no longer angry, if they had ever been angry at all. And so the young man and his brown-haired gal lived happily for the rest of their days. So that concludes my story. And let's see who all the YouTube characters were tonight who were featured in the story. Okay, everybody knows G-Kix. So it's G-Kix. Sunny T is a YouTuber, and she spells it SUNNY, then capital T, and then small EE, so Sunny T. She Digs is a YouTuber. About Face with Mona is a YouTuber. Heaven Sent is in the house tonight. And Heaven Sent was featured. It was a short cameo. But Heaven Sent, you've been featured in about 2 or 3 stories. And of course, Simply a Sweetheart. Simply a Sweetheart, I think, has been in the most stories than anyone else because of her name. So those are YouTubers. Bluegill and Bass is a YouTuber. Kick in It with SNG. That is a YouTuber, and it's spelled K-I. Sorry about that. I thought I turned my phone off. It's spelled K-I-C-K and K-I-C-K hyphen small n hyphen it then with SHNG. That is a YouTuber. Connor is a YouTuber. Road Trip Ranch Show is a YouTuber. Kenwana Grows is a YouTuber. Creative Thinking is a YouTuber. Gathering Place is another YouTuber. It's Too Exotic is a YouTuber. It Gets Real is a YouTuber. Malone Money Mindset is a YouTuber. Huge Empire is a YouTuber. It's Just Treasure, not It's Just, but Treasure Sitting Pretty is a YouTuber. Princess Patella is a YouTuber. Solution is a YouTuber. Of course, our very own IC. IC is a YouTuber. Logical One is a YouTuber. She Rocks is a YouTuber. Scratching without the G, The Itch is a YouTuber. Bout Time is a YouTuber. Sweet Pea is a YouTuber. It's Perfect is a YouTuber. Magic Moments is a YouTuber. The Kingdom Marriage is a YouTuber. Peace, Love, and Hope is a YouTuber. Simply Leidee is a YouTuber. Quiet Breezy is a YouTuber. Quite Breezy, is a YouTuber. Stress Free Zone is a YouTuber. Easy Recipes is a YouTuber. Auntie Mama's Kitchen is a YouTuber. Thursday Vibes is a YouTuber. The Daily Showers is a YouTuber. Dazzling in the Kitchen is a YouTuber. Mama What's Up is a YouTuber. Share with Love TV is a YouTuber. Mr. Supporter is a YouTuber. Health, Wealth, and Real Talk is a YouTuber. And I think that was it. Okay, so that was it. So those are all of the YouTubers featured in our story tonight. It was quite a few. Every one of those names I shouted out to you all tonight are YouTubers featured in our story. I had a lot of fun with that story, plugging those names in. It took me a while, but I had a lot of fun with it. Let's see who walked in while I was reading the story. Okay, let's see. We had Satin saying hello to 50 and throwing some love. Let's see. Who did I miss? I'm glad that you... Okay, Miss Fuller was dancing. One of her songs. Okay, Kingdom, what's that name? Okay, hey folks. Oh, hello, Web Savvy Cafe. How are you? Welcome to Story Time. I don't know what time you walked in, but I hope you got to hear our story tonight. So glad to have you. Thank you. Then Gigi speaking to Web Savvy Cafe. Cool Dude was speaking to Web Savvy Cafe. Gigi was saying hi to Cool Dude. 50 Plus says a really nice story. I'm glad you enjoyed it, 50 Plus. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I had a lot of fun with it, putting those characters in. It challenged me, but I had a lot of fun with it. Gigi says, great story, sis. Thank you, Gigi. Gigi says, I see you, Cool Dude. She's talking to Cool Dude. Well, Savvy Cafe says, I love story with a beautiful ending. I got to replay tonight. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'll have too many stories. I try not to anyways that have a bad ending, Web Savvy, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Gigi says yes at Web Savvy Cafe. I love stories. And Cool Dude says, will you come on my live panel so I can show you Gigi Gluten-Free Lab? Cool Dude, I've already been in Gigi Gluten-Free's lab live. She's happened to be a very good friend of mine, and so I tried to be in all of her lives, and I think that's where I met you. That's how I became a subscriber of your channel. So I've already met Gigi, and I've already met you and watched several of your videos. Any birthdays in the house tonight? Any birthdays? As you all know, I usually sing happy birthday to the birthday person. Gigi, somebody I caught the tail end had a birthday that was in your live, and you were telling them they had to come hang out with us for me to sing happy birthday to them. Who was that, Gigi? I think I'm having one of my personal summers, y'all. Who was that, Gigi? Did that person come over from your live? Can you all still see and hear me pretty good? Hello? I know something. I was having a little technical. Let's see. I was having a little technical difficulty earlier. So hopefully they were there and they didn't stay long. Who? Oh, okay. So somebody who was here and it was their birthday and they didn't stay long. Oh, okay. All right. I was prepared to sing happy birthday to the person. Who was it, Gigi? Whose birthday was it? Gigi says, yes, you're good. Cool dude Jaden says, will you come on my live panel so I can show you Gigi's gluten-free lab? Cool dude, I already know Gigi. Gigi's whose birthday was it? Web 7 Cafe says, personal summer. Yeah, Web 7, I'm having one of my personal summers. Look, that's why I didn't put the fireplace on tonight because it's so warm. So I call myself putting some little candles there to give that effect. Oh, you know about them personal summers too? I mean, it's no joke. Whew. I'm telling you. But the only thing I hate, it lasts like 2 seconds. So I'm constantly like, when I'm not before the camera, take this off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on, like every 2 minutes. Satin says, see you and hear you very well, my dear. Oh, okay, great, great. Gigi says it was a new person. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had stepped away for a minute, Gigi, because I actually had you on to the 9th hour too. While I was running around trying to find a couple of extension cords, because I at first I wasn't close enough to a plug to keep my laptop plugged up, because I have my laptop on as well because it's hard for me to see the small screen. I'm actually running Streamlab from my cell phone, but it's hard for me to see the small print from the distance. So I have my laptop so I can actually see. And so I needed to plug that up to make sure it stayed charged. And then of course, these apps use up juice so fast, so I had to find an extension cord to charge my cell phone to keep it charged. Because one time I didn't and it cut off. Thank God I think I made it through the live and then the phone cut off, so I didn't want to run the risk of having the phone die on me or the laptop right while I was in the middle of story time. But I really enjoyed this story. I like I said, I was especially excited because Heaven Sent was in the building. Because like I said, I'm always excited to see all of you, but I get extra excited when I see somebody featured in the story walk into story time. I don't know, Heaven Sent, if you're still there or not, but that's why I was so excited when I saw you come in, if you're still here, because you were featured. Even though you had a small cameo, but you were featured. But I think you, like I said, were featured in a couple of other stories, so I get especially excited. I was hoping IC made it tonight simply because IC did get a small cameo in a story before. But it was a very short cameo, and just the fact that I found a way to use her name. Because I was like, IC, how can I use IC? Then I thought about it. I can use it like I see something, like I see. So she got she had a bigger role in the story tonight than last time. 50 says, I sent you some email messages. When you get a chance, please check it out on your. Okay, 50. Thank you so much. I will. The minute I get off of the live stream, I will go and see what goodies you sent me. 50 cents. 50 plus. Oh my God. Sorry, 50 plus. I guess you say you get so sick of us calling you 50 cents. It's just that usually that's how we use the 50. You're the first person that I actually met who had the 50 outside of 50 cent. I think that's probably why we always slip and call you 50 cents. But 50 plus. But 50 plus, thank you. I'm going to go in there, and I know it's something fantastic. I'm going to go on there and check it out and see what it is when I get off the live. But yeah, I missed you all for the live that we missed. So I said I got to get a good one that'll last a little longer. Because if you notice, this story was a little longer than the last couple of stories. I mean, they were all equally good, but this one's a little longer. So I said I had to get a good one, and I think I picked a great one with all of the characters. I was just so surprised how many YouTubers I was actually able to feature in this story. I hate that a lot of them aren't here and don't know it. Cool Dude says, I will be live. You want to join my panel? Oh, Cool Dude, I'm bashful for the panels. I would join your live and come into your live, but I don't really want to be on a panel. And I can't be on a panel tonight, Cool Dude. I have chemo in the morning, so when I get off my live tonight, I got to go and prepare myself for tomorrow. I be like, man, I just started feeling better. Yesterday was when my energy level finally came up and I actually felt better. And today was an even better day. And then the process starts all over again. I'm like, ugh. But it is what it is. Gigi says, 50, I can't wait to clean up to my music. Thank you so much. Louis Fuller, hi, how are you doing today, host? Louis, I am doing fantabulous. How are you today? I'm sorry you missed our story. We had a good one, but you can always revisit it on replay. That's the beautiful part about it. You don't have to totally miss it. I'm so glad that you joined us. I just gave you a thumbs up. Thank you. And for anybody in here who came in and forgot to thumbs me up, I really appreciate it if you show some love and pound on that thumbs up button. Louis Fuller says, hi, how are you doing today? Moderates. So he's speaking to the moderates, and I'm doing great today. That's great, Louis. That's great. I'm glad that you had a good day. It seems like everybody in the lot, for the most part, had a great day, so that's a good thing. And it was a beautiful day outside. It really was a beautiful spring day. And so much so I think we're going to have, just like we look like we're having a short winter, it looks like we're going to have a fast summer coming. That's what it looks like. But for those of you who are new to the live, I think we had, who was it? I'm not sure if, who was it new we had? Cool Dude, and we had Kingdom Boy. I'm not sure if you are new to the live. I don't know if you came in a while back. I don't recall seeing you recently, but and Backyard Gardener. I don't remember if you were in the live, but if it's your first time here, Louis. Oh wait, let's see. Gigi says yes, it was truly a beautiful day. Yes, it was. Louis Fuller says, please don't forget to wash your hands. Tell me about it. I know. Did anybody see the little boy on TV? They said that's how long you're supposed to wash your hands. They got this song. I can't remember the name of the song. It's a quirky song. It's like one of those Broadway musical songs. And he's washing his hands and singing that song. And they're saying by the time you finish washing your hands, you should be able to make it through that song. It was cute. It was really cute. I said he probably will go viral for that. It was cute how he was washing his hands. Definitely, yes. I always made it a habit of washing my hands even before, the situation. I've always done that because I was babysitting my grandson once. And he had apparently some kind of stomach bug, and he was running to the bathroom and throwing up and different things like that. And he probably was about somewhere between 2 and 3 years old. And my daughter worked weekends, so I babysat for her so she could go to work. And so I was sitting here and I was just sitting, talking and playing. And of course, little kids don't know how to thoroughly wash their hands. And so I made it a point each time he went to the bathroom to go in and wash his hands for him. Well, apparently he eased off at some point, went into the bathroom, did his number, washed his hands, and probably didn't wash them thoroughly. And he came back and we're sitting there talking and playing, and I didn't have anything in my mouth. I don't know if I made some gesture with my tongue, like in my jaw or something, but he thought I was eating something. So he says, "Grandma, give me some." And I said, "Give you some what?" He says, "What you're eating." And I said, "I'm not eating anything." And he didn't believe me. So he goes, "Give me some." And I said, "I'm not eating anything." And I opened my mouth. I said, "See, I'm not eating anything." And I opened my mouth. And when I opened my mouth, that boy stuck his dirty little hand in my mouth. Man, if anybody ever heard that expression, sicker than 2 dogs, I was sicker than 4 dogs. And I ended up in the bed with a fever, couldn't get up. I was the only one there. This was when I was living back in Miami, so I had family around. And my mom had a key to my house. And I was lying in that bed, and I was so sick, and it was like in my mind, I was calling my mom's name as if she could hear me. And sure enough, my mom shows up at my house. She said she knocked and knocked and knocked, and no one answered. She said something just told her, "Go inside." And when she came inside, they found me, her and my stepdad, in the bed, sicker than 4 dogs. And they raced me to the emergency room, and the people treated me and stuff. And then after that, a few days later, when I got home, I got a letter. Well, by the time I got home, I had a letter a few days later in the mail from the I guess it's the CDC or whatever, the department. I think it said the Department of Contagious Diseases. And then they finally called me. They asked me, did I have any small children in the house? And I said yes. And then they said, because you have such and such. So I guess the hospital reported to them what was going on. And they said that it was some kind of virus that you would get with little children from not washing your hands and different things like that. And but I told them I had already gone to the hospital and was better. But yeah, so ever since then I was paranoid about dirty hands, and I don't allow anybody's children, teenagers, I don't care, to bring me anything, not even a glass of water, unless I tell them wash their hands, and I see, like the older ones, and like my daughters are grown-ups, my son is grown, and if they bring me a glass of water, they have to wash their hands first. I'm telling you, that thing had me so paranoid after that, but I was so sick behind that. So I made it a habit of doing that long before, we had this problem. Let's see, I think I saw somebody else walk in. 50 says, they said if you sing the ABC, it's good too. Oh, okay. So if you can get through the whole ABC song, that by then you should have your hands thoroughly washed. I gotta try that. I can't try the other little boy's song because I can't even remember the name of the song to even look up the lyrics. Hello, Oreo Mouse. How are you? I am well, thanks. I had a great day, a great pain-free day. Yes, I did. How about yourself? Gigi speaking to Oreo Mouse. Oreo Mouse is saying hello to everybody. 50 is speaking to Oreo Mouse. Oreo Mouse is speaking back to Gigi, and then she's speaking to 50 plus. Lewis Fuller says, I just love new emojis that YouTube put in place for us because of what's going on in the world. Oh, I'll have to check into that. Hello, Shiwana's Creative Circle. How are you, sweetie? So glad you can join us. Unfortunately, you and Oreo Mouse missed our story tonight, but I know you always catch it on replay. I had a lot of fun with it. I had a truckload of YouTubers featured in that story. I actually had Heaven Sent show up to the live tonight to see the short cameo that Heaven Sent had in the story. Louis Fuller. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, those are cute. Those are cute little emojis, Louis. 50 plus is speaking to Shawana. Gigi's speaking to Shawana. Oreo Mouse says, I heard that expression. Oh, wow. Which one? The sicker than 2 dogs? Yeah, I was sicker than 4 dogs. Louis says, I just share you out on my Facebook page. Thank you so much, Louis. Thank you so much. Oreo Mouse says, hello, Miss Deborah. How are you? I'm doing great. It was a great day. Oreo Mouse says, I hope that you are doing well. You're welcome. I am. I got my little visit to the chemo tomorrow, so I'm not looking forward to that, but Oreo Mouse, but it is what it is. I said by the time my body gets rejuvenated and I feel good, it's time to go back again. I'm glad you're doing okay. And you said, and the Oreo says, yes, the sicker than 2 dogs. Yeah. So that's why I say I wasn't sicker than 2 dogs. I was sicker than 4 dogs. I was so sick behind that. And so yeah, so I always I'm funny about that. My son is grown up and my daughter is, and I'll ask for a drink of water or something, and I'll say, and please wash your hands first. Don't bring me anything until you wash your hands. And they kind of just give me this look, but they do it. So I'm funny about the and it's so funny because a few minutes ago I asked my son to get the keys. I left them in the car. So he goes out there to his girlfriend's car, and he comes back with my house keys, and I said, hand them here so I don't forget them. And then he goes, well, I'm just gonna sit them over here on this table because you have to wash your hands first. And I was like, I didn't touch anything. And I'm saying, okay, is he trying to be funny? So I didn't know how to take that, but I think he was just being cheeky. But that's what he told me. I gotta wash my hands. Oreo Mouse says, I know that is right. Yeah, I don't play. Them germs showed me what they can do on organs. So, I don't play with that at all. You laughing at Oreo Mouse is laughing at my son. Yeah, I think he was being cheeky. So I just, once he said that, I just said, oh, okay. Gigi laughing. Gigi, you better come get your boy before I hurt him. That's Gigi's boy right there. That's Gigi's fella. But he's a good young man. He's a good young man. Yes, he is. But I do think he was trying to be cheeky. Well, anyways, you all, I am not going to prolong the time because, like I said, I got to get ready for chemo in the morning. So I need to get a sufficient amount of hours of sleep, and I got some things I got to do to prepare. I got to pack up because I have to take my pillows and all that kind of stuff. So I got some stuff I got to pack up. I got this little crate that I had because I'm a teacher, so I had the little crate with the handle on it that I would put my teaching materials and bag and stuff in, so I didn't have to try to carry all that stuff in the building. So now it's become my chemo carrier. So I have to. Oh, I said, look, Gigi, that's my Sean. Oreo Mouse says, I hope that everything goes well with you and praying in love. Thanks. I know that you all are praying for me. I know that the prayers of the righteous go far, and it seems like, my good days are getting better and better, and the bad days aren't as bad as they started out. I know it's gonna be the highs and the lows. It comes with the diagnosis, but I can truly say that my good days are getting better. Thank you all so much for coming to story time. I hope you all enjoyed the story just as much as I do. I'm looking forward to our next story night time together. So I will see you all on Friday night, Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Always remember, until we meet again, may His peace be with you. And always remember, I have a will to live. Love you all. Goodbye.